Yo, what is going on, Mathmech players? I cannot believe it's actually here. So the firewall support has finally arrived, and Mathmech Circular did not get hit to 1. Like, that is insane. I was almost certain it was going to get to hit to 1 because with the TCG, it actually makes sense because all this support is insane. Like, I'm going to go through some of the combos because I've been playtesting almost all day, and it's just, it's insane what we can do. Now, I know some content creators have already beat me to the chase and shown you 10 plus combos. Some of them have shown like 15, but you're not going to need all 15. I'm going to show you the best ones, and if you disagree, then look, by all means, look, you have no reason to have to agree with me, but I'm going to actually walk you through why I think these are the best ones. And there's a little spicy tech that some of the other content creators haven't picked up on with a certain card, so I'll walk through that in a moment. But without further ado, what I want to do is just jump straight into the cards that came out in the Singularity package, as well as the deck list, and then straight into the combos. So I'll see you there. Okay, so as planned, let's talk through the cards that have just, come out in the Singularity package. Now, starting with Defense Zone Phantom, the very obvious ones, and I've already explained this in a previous video, but just to go over it very briefly, you would use this card as link material, and then by its own effect, it will either summon Guardian if you're not able to get into Alan Bersham plays through, Mathmech Circular. But if you can, then you go for Phantom, and this will get you into your Signet plays immediately. Now, you can just go for Signet Conflict from this, but I actually like to go for Signet Codec and then combo into the rest of your players, because that's when you can get into like Singularity, as well as having Transcode on board, as well as Terahertz. Like, that is an insane end board. So I'll kind of walk through that combo in a minute, but yeah, so that's pretty much those two cards summed up. D-Save Worm, so glad this card came out, but I have to say, I'm not that shocked that this is a UR because how strong it is, but very shocked that this is a UR. Like, it's a Link 1. Like, that's actually kind of, I don't know. I mean, maybe you disagree, but I think that's a bit overpricey for a Link 1 monster. But I guess there's that, Scareclaw monster, but that monster is like a huge part of their play. So look, without kind of going into that too much, I just thought it was a bit too expensive. So yeah, D-Save Worm, huge for us now, because now we have an extra negate. Everything about our combos is about creating more and more interruptions for our opponent to have to play through. So yeah, this being in the game, amazing. And it's great against Labyrinthine. One thing I have to say is that I was wrong about how you activate this card. So if you negate the activation of a card, like whether it's a continuous spell, a field spell, or a continuous trap, it goes to the graveyard. You don't destroy it, but you're negating the activation. So I do need to, I'll have to get you some gameplay at some point and show you, because that was insane, like truly, truly insane. So, and I actually think I have a replay, so I can show you that maybe at the end. But let's jump into the rest of this. Protect Code. So this card is very, very overlooked. I'm so glad it's a rare. I'm going to be using a lot more of my materials to get this in like a shiny version, a glossy one. But this card is insane for multiple reasons. Now, number one is that, of course, your opponent cannot target Link 4 or higher monsters. So that's all your Firewall monsters, basically, or your Firewall Link monsters, and access code as well. But on top of that, this is the tech that I was kind of talking through, but I can show you at the very end. Now, if you control a Firewall Link monster, quick effect, you can banish Link monsters from your graveyard whose combined Link ratings equal exactly 3. So that can be, I don't know, no, this will banish itself from the combo that we're going to do, but Lingaribo and maybe G-Golem or Splash Mage, or just Transcode, or even just Heat Soul, right? And it will bring itself back. Now, why that's so useful is that, let's say we have Heat Soul on the board, and they kaiju the Heat Soul, so now Signet Conflict is no longer active. But it can be if you just bring this card back. Like, it's insane. We basically secure a whole code line. We secure a whole play line from Signet Conflict, and that's just like, I just can't believe how broken that is, because this is still a Codetalker monster, so the Signet Conflict is still playable, and I might be able to show you that in some of the replays against the solo mode. But when I was playtesting, I actually played through the round and actually tried to test it out, and it completely worked. It's actually insane. So without further ado, we'll kind of jump onto the last card, and then we'll go into the deck list that I think suits this support very well. So Singularity, I have to say, I haven't had my mind fully changed about this card, because ideally, I like to end on Terahertz, but that is just a preference. So shout out to Jacob Lionel, I think, X89 or 86, something like that. He was trying to put me onto this card, and even linked a video, so you should go check out that link if you can find it in the comments. But I think it's a really good card if you can end on this as well as the other constituent parts, so Terahertz and Heat Soul or something else, because this card by itself, I don't know, it doesn't provide enough impact, but it is so good for like recovery, so good for recovery. And this second part of its effect, so it doesn't matter how the monster that it's linked to goes to the graveyard, you contribute it yourself, or you can use it as link material. It will just bring back any link monster, and it doesn't matter what rating. You can bring back Terahertz being a link 5 and bring it straight back to the board. So it is actually quite an insane card, but it just depends how you end up using it. So that's why I'm going to go through the combos in a second. But look, these are all the cards now. Let's jump straight into the deck list. Right, guys, let's jump straight into the deck list just to keep some time on our side here. Now, one of the cards I'm going to highlight immediately is Multiplication. I like this card because off of Terahertz, you can have that double attack boost. And now, whether that's for Terahertz or for Singularity, it depends on the end board you end with. But I do like this card as an OTK line. There's been so many situations where I've won the match because, well, won the duel, whatever you want to call it, because I had this card sent to the graveyard. And, you know, you don't want to play under Nibiru. When you get Nibiru, it just feels so crappy. Like, it's so bad. So, either way, look, let's walk through it now. So I'm going to keep Duel at 2 because Purely is the #1 deck at the minute, and you really do have to have this because if you draw this against Purely, you're in a very good spot going second. Dotscaper, you need this for multiple reasons. One is to send off Generator, Microcoder to get into your Signet Conflict, or Signet Codec plays, depends. If you already have this in hand and Signet Conflict, you may as well go into your Codec plays and then combo off into a much greater end board. And then, of course, Maxi, no need to explain. Ash, also no need to explain because it's paired with Maxi, basically. Guardian, you never want to open with this card. You want to be able to summon it off Defensor. The only time you want to open with this card is if you already have other cards in your hand that can secure the play. And then from Phantom, you can maybe discard this card and then grab, you know, Signet Codec. And then maybe from Splash Mage, you bring this back on board. And if you link someone with it, it will bring itself back again. So just another extension from its own effects. But more often than not, you do not want to open with this card. It is really annoying. And then, of course, you've got the Mathmech line here. I don't really need to explain this. And then 3 Circular. So again, so happy they didn't hit this to 1 because that would have changed the entire playstyle. But I think in future they might. So just be very careful of that. We'll have a separate combo in future for when that does happen. For if that does happen. I don't want to jinx it, but you know, these things happen. So Defensor, already kind of walked through that. We play 3 because it itself is a one card combo. So if you don't have Circular in hand, you're going to go for the Alan Bershon line to get Circular. But if you do have Circular in hand, you can go into the rest of the plays and it just goes crazy from there. Parallel Exceed, arguably one of the best extenders that this deck and this game has ever seen. Like the fact that you can just summon itself, summon another version of itself, like completely identical. And then, yeah, Nibiru. So I was playing 2 of this. I was playing 2 of the Parallel Exceeds, but I think I'm trying to show you what an average, you know, Firewall Mathmech deck would look like. Because I make, you know, crazy alterations to my deck list. And this isn't even the deck list I'm playing, but I'm using this as a benchmark. And if you guys want to make changes, like I said in the beginning, please make them where you see fit. So yeah, 1 Nibiru, you can opt out if you want. Maybe play more Signet Mining. This is just to get into the rest of your, you know, starter cards. Small World, same as before. I think you might want to play a Kaiju. So I'm not sure where you'd want to opt it in. Maybe you can cut out a microcoder, but for now we'll kind of leave it in as is, just so you have something to out the, you know, Towers monsters. And in this case, I'm playing 2 Called by the Grave just to show as a good benchmark. Signet Codec, yeah, this card, if you already can secure this, then this card is going to get you the rest of your plays for certain. It's so good. And then 2 Imperm because it's a staple hand trap as well as Cross-Out Designator and then Super Factor. Now for the extra deck, it was really tough to make certain calls and certain changes. Now, in my original deck list, I play Sakitama, so I do have to play Almirage because there's quite an even number of non-engine cards and then hand traps, and with Sakitama, I need that card that can go into a Cyburst monster and then continue my plays from there. But because most are Cyburst here, I'm going to take the risk and take Almirage out. So maybe in this case, it won't be essential, but if you're not playing the Firewall, you know, support, then Almirage really is essential. You need something that can lock you into the Cyburst plays again. Already explained D-Save Worm. You only need 1 of these each. It would be nice to have a second Laplation because if you have, like, this deck, this like support allows you to get a lot of level 4 bodies on board. So you can go into a Laplation on your first turn, ruin your opponent's card economy, and then just, you know, keep comboing from there. It's up to you. Aggregator, I have to say this is a must because Aggregator and D-Save Worm make Terahertz a double interruption card because you send this on the first turn and then you time this well on the second turn. So it's just one of those things really, like you have to really kind of consider it, keeping that going forward. So yeah, Lingaribo, pretty much essential. You could opt this card out and put Almirage in, but you need it. I'm not gonna lie, just having a card that can be a trap negate, it has saved me in so many situations. So yeah, it needs to stay. And then Link Decoder, it has made link climbing so easy, and we'll go through the combos like I said in a moment. And then standard, you know, access code, turbo. This is just like a backup OTK line. I've not really had to do it for a very long time. Most of my replays now are just sending multiplication from code generator going into access code and then just making this a double big body. So yeah, we'll kind of touch on that in a moment. Splash Mage, G Golem, these 2 cards are really essential for kind of link climbing because you're going to be able to actually, well, yeah, just link climbing in general. G Golem is actually pretty essential this season. Last season it was more about I don't know, kind of securing a recovery play. But with Singularity, yeah, this card, which I'll show in a moment, goes crazy. And then, yeah, I don't really need to explain it too much. I can just sort of click through the cards one by one. But look, without delaying any further, let's jump straight into the combos because I've been dying to show you these. Okay, so guys, to start with the combos, I'm actually just going to explain how the combo is going to go. So, like I said, there's going to be 4 combos, and they're going to start from the bare minimum combo that I think you should end on, and then going up to the one with the most interruptions. Now, this one only requires 1 card, really. Just with Firewall Defensive by itself, you can get a 4 interruption end board. Now, the only reason I want to describe this is because in Master Duel, bricking is just paramount. It really is just something that will happen. So, I'm going to get rid of Mech C because that will just keep pinging up. Now, let's say I didn't have Microcoder or Nabla or even Small World. Let's say I had all hand traps. So 2 Ash, 1 Mech C like I just had, and Droll, and then Defensor, right? Defensor by itself will get me into the 4 interruption end board. So that's why it's a really good new support to the Mathmech line now. So I'm going to use Lingaribo because with Link Decoder, it is an expensive card, and I'm not expecting everyone to pay for it because it is a pay-to-win kind of card. So for the free-to-play players out there, this is more for you. So from Defense's effect, after I've normal summoned it and used it as link material, I have summoned Guardian from the main deck. And now I'm going to go into Splash Mage, using these 2 as materials. And then Guardian by its own effect is going to resummon itself onto the board. So now we have one of the level 4 bodies we need to go into Alan Bershon, and then from Splash Mage, we get the second. And then of course we have Alan Bershon now going into the Mathmech 1-card combo. So the Firewall 1-card combo is basically the Mathmech 1-card combo because we're just securing this basically. Okay, now we get Circular. Oh shit. Okay, because I have Nabla in hand, and to be honest, it's better to have Nabla in hand. We kind of secure the play a little bit easier, but in normal cases, we would send Nabla to the graveyard, tribute Alan Bershon to get Nabla from the graveyard, and then Nabla will come onto the field, trigger Circular to get Super Factorial, and then we would tribute Nabla to get Diameter. But for this one, we're just going to send Diameter because Nabla is in hand, tribute Alan Bershon to get Nabla, and now we have the 3 materials we need for Laplation. And then from here we just do a very simple link climb into terahertz. So ignore Microcoder. If you have Microcoder, then I obviously expect you to go into your Signet Conflict play because that is the extra interruption, but we'll touch on that into the later combos. And then here we are, we go into terahertz. Now the reason why this is actually a pretty decent end board, and it's very popular in the TCG, and the reason it's popular in the TCG is because you have 1 circular, but for us it's just, if you brick, like at least you have the opportunity to get a 4 interruption end board. Like, that's really good. Like, you have to really bear in mind that from 1 card, a lot of decks don't really have that combo, but for us, like, it's not just circular. Like, Firewall Defensor can also do the same. That's why it's huge now. And it's 4 interruptions if you were questioning, because Terahertz sends the Save Worm in the first turn. That's 1 interruption. The second turn, you can send Aggregator, and it's a negate if you time it correctly. I've shown you in a past video, but I can show you in future replays if you don't, follow all the videos. And of course, Super Factorial, when you summon Laplation, that board removal is 1 interruption, then you also snipe a card from the hand. And then the second one is, because of Diameter, you get 1 Omni Negate. So that is 4 cards of interruption, and that's based off 1 card, so you don't really need to go any further. Now we'll move on to the second combo where we have even more interruptions. Right, so guys, going into the second combo, from the first combo I showed you what Defensor by itself can do, and you can also do the same with Mathmech Circular, but for the second combo I want to show you how we can create 5 interruptions with just Circular and Defensor. So now, you notice I have 4 cards because I had Parallel Exceed and I just used Silent Mind to get rid of it. So let's get started into the combo. Now we're going to do a classic 1 card combo with Circular, bring back Sigma, and then go into Alan Bershon to get Diameter. But we're not going to actually summon Diameter. It's actually going to be used as a discard. Now, usually we would, normal summon it, bring back a Mathmech body, and then continue to link climb from there. But since Firewall Defensor came out, this combo in particular is a great example how they just display such great support to the Mathmech line. So, going to add Diameter now, then normal summon Defensor. Now, this is no longer a free-to-play tactic or combo because, well, Link Decoder is now involved, and so are the other ultra rares. So, from Defensor's effect, after we've used it as link material, we're going to special summon Phantom, and then using Alan Bershon and Phantom, we're going to go into Splash Mage, and then using Phantom's effect, we're going to add Signet Codec with the cost of discarding 1 card, which will be Diameter. There we go. Now we have all the 3 bodies we need for Laplation with the Super Factorial, so that line is confirmed. Now you don't need to use Splash Mage's effect yet, but I'm going to, just to save me having to try and remember it. And now we're going to put Signet Codec down now, just have to remember this. Now we're going to go into Codetalker using Splash Mage and Link Decoder. And you'll notice here, it's almost like we've just summoned transcode for free because, well, firstly, you need to chain block here. So you want to put Signet Codec in the first chain and then Link Decoder just to confirm that we get this search. But yeah, like Link Decoder just brings itself back, and then we're going to bring back Splash Mage anyway from transcode's effect. And all of this for free. So crazy. So we're going to bring back Splash Mage. Yep. And now we're going to go into Protect Code using Code Generator and Splash Mage. And then this extends the play even further because we're going to mill Dotscaper and get Microcoder to hand. So let's chain block this. So we want to guarantee we get Microcoder because let's say something happens, they ash it, we can still continue the play from here. Yep, so we're going to mill Dotscaper. It's going to bring itself back. I'm going to add Microcoder to hand. So from Dotscaper, we're going to summon it to here. Go straight into G-Golem using Protect Code and Dotscaper. And the reason we're doing that is because 1, it is a water attribute monster, and 2, it's a link 2, so it allows Microcoder to be used as material to go into Heat Soul. And that's very, very important. And it's nice that we get to actually summon Heat Soul in one of these 2 lanes. You can't actually see my mouse, but I hope you can see the glowing cursor. So, yep, and then we're going to chain block. So we're going to go Microcoder first, and then Signet Codec, because we don't really care about getting the subtraction or addition from it, and then save the draw. I want to see what we get at the end because we've been very lucky to get, we'll get addition. We've been very lucky to get 2 infinite permanences here, so huge interruption. And now we've secured both lines, and I don't know if you already noticed, but we have all the necessary bodies to go into terahertz. Yep, transcode. Oh, I thought I clicked on the wrong one there. And then off terahertz, you're just going to send, where is it? Ooh, off terahertz, you're going to send Disable now. So that's pretty much combo fully achieved here with just 2 cards. So I just want to highlight a few things here. So let's put impermanences down in there. Like, this is insane. Look, a full backboard as well. Like, what? Now, there are a few things I want to point out. 1, this is a 5 interruption board. So 2 from terahertz, 1 from Disable, second one from aggregator, which is over here. 2 from superfactorial, because you get 1 from Laplation being a board removal and a snipe from the hand. And then the second one being an omni negate through diameter, because that's one of the materials. And then the 5th one being Signet Conflict, which is just an omni negate but a counter trap. So, and it banishes the card. Well, can banish the card. It's just insane. So this 5 interruption board built from 2 cards is insane. Of course, Signet Codec plays its part, but that's just part of the combo. Now, the reason why I love this combo so much being from just 2 cards is that there's also that extra protection. Now, for the past couple of seasons, if someone were to Kaiju or Kurikara the Heat Soul after I've used the draw of it, right? That means Signet Conflict is no longer live. Like, it's completely dead. It's a useless card. However, now with Protect Code, this is a quick effect, by the way. It can banish link monsters in your graveyard whose combined link ratings equal exactly 3. Now, I'm not going to activate it, but essentially we could literally just banish transcode. Or if you make, can I make it? Yeah, I'll tell you what. For the sake of it, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to create Lingaribo, not Link Decoder. Lingaribo here. And then if you look here, oh wait, that was a, okay. Just for the sake of example, remember, this is not the full end board. I just want to show you what it looks like when you're trying to summon Protect Code. So now I've got access code on the board. Yep. Sure thing. And then don't activate this in response because it will actually get rid of it. So now it's got 5300 attack. And then we can banish, look, Lingaribo, as well as, let's get rid of G-Golem. And then you can summon it anywhere. And then that just means that your Signet Conflict is live again. So even if they do Kaiju your Heat Soul to get rid of this card, you just summon this again, and then you have that interruption regained straight away. So yeah, I think this is an excellent card. I love that it's a rare, so it's very, very cost efficient. And then yeah, look, 5 interruptions with, the luck of impermanence. So yeah, very, very pleased. So this is combo number 2, and I'm going to jump into combo number 3 straight away. Okay, so guys, jumping into combo number 3, the only 3 cards that you actually need are Circular, Defensor, and Parallel Exceed. I just want you to ignore, multiplication, pretty much useless. It's only good for my OTK line. And then Microcoder, because obviously, if we were to use this card, we can climb into the better place. But, so I'm just going to switch this on. But let's get started into the combo. So, classic again, 1 card combo. And again, we're not going to normal summon Diameter after getting it from Alan version. We're going to normal summon Defensor. And that's pretty much a running theme about how we're going to use the Defensor support, Firewall support even. So I'm going to go into Alan version. And similar to the last combo, just because having Parallel Exceed is just such a big extender, we can now extend into a much stronger end board with Singularity on board. So if we normal summon Defensor, go into Link Decoder. Again, this is not a free-to-play combo again, because all the expensive cards are involved. And again, off Defensor. Oh, Okay, you don't want to use Parallel Exceed yet, and I can show you why in a moment. Right, now we're going to go Splash Mage. Go into this. And then we're going to grab Signet Codec and discard Diameter again, just so we're back on the same... Yep, clearing it. So now we have the 3 bodies and Superfactorial confirmed. I'm going to place down Signet Codec. Let's bring back anything that's not a... Everything's light or dark except Allen version, so let's bring this back. Go into Codetalker again. Yep, using link decoder. I almost used microcoder. It's so tempting as well because it's just nice to summon from hand. Now again, we're going to chain block, so Signet Codec first chain, and then link decoder. And yep, ignore that. So link decoder is going to go here. Going to add code generator, and then again we're going to go into Codetalker here. Now it is pretty much the same as the last combo, except because of Parallel Exceed we can actually climb into the higher numbers. I'm going to show you how to use singularity. So we're going to go into protect code here because we want to actually now grab microcoder to hand. So yep, code generator. Again, almost used microcoder there. So tempting because you just want the Signet conflict line secured straight away. Lovely. Now we're going to chain block because we want to guarantee that we get microcoder added to hand. And then we want to mill Dotscaper for the extension. And this is where Parallel Exceed. Oh, I want to make sure I mill the right thing. And then add, yeah, Dotscaper. So now we've got 2 in hand. That's great. And now we're going to bring back Dotscaper. And then this is where things change. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into Singularity using transcode, protect code, Dotscaper, and link decoder. So now we're going to lose link decoder to the banish pile. Not going to see it again. And now we're going to use Parallel Exceed. That way it will summon itself to the link zone here, and then summon a duplicate of itself. And then this is where stuff gets a little bit spicy. So using Parallel Exceed, or both of them, using both Parallel Exceeds, we're going to go straight into G-Golem. So that way it summons underneath Singularity. And then off of Singularity's effects, we are going to summon back... So what, we'll bring back Splash Mage, because what we're going to do is go... Yep, Splash Mage here. And then we're going to bring back Codetalker using G-Golem. Now, I'm not even sure your opponent's going to sit through this one, but when you see combo number 4, they are most definitely not going to sit through that, because it's so long-winded, and I don't think they have a chance to play through it. So now that we've got Transcode and Singularity, we can go into Heat Soul here, using G-Golem and one of the microcoders. So now we guarantee our Signet conflict play. That's 1 more interruption added to the board. And we're going to chain block it, so go microcoder first to confirm that Signet conflict, and then grab, I guess, addition or subtraction. Not really important which one. Let's grab subtraction for the next turn, because we have all the materials now. Signet conflict. Lovely. Yeah, I'll do this now, because I'm going to get rid of Heat Soul. And we have the 3rd microcoder. So you can keep Heat Soul if you want. There is a way to keep Heat Soul with Singularity and Terahertz, but I prefer this. I feel like you've drawn into enough and created enough interruption. And sometimes you draw into actual hand traps, so impermanence as well, just like last turn. Last combo even. So now we're going to send... where is it? D-save on. Here we go. So I'll just place the cards on the board, and we can just count through the interruptions again. So this is 6 interruptions. So 2 from Terahertz again. Remember, 1 from D-save 1 from Aggregator, which is right here, and then 2 from Superfactorial, both from Laplation. So 1 being board removal and a card snipe from the hand, and then the Omni Negate from Diameter. 1 from Signet Conflict, and then 1 from Singularity. So Singularity is a double bounce as long as you haven't used D-save 1. Once you use D-save 1, it is a single bounce, and it gains the 500 attack from its effect permanently. So it is a really good card. That's why I like to play Multiplication if we're using this kind of end board, because I can mill Multiplication, make Firewall, Singularity a double big body again, and then Terahertz just gains so much attack. Anyway, look, 2,500 each time is pretty... So per turn, that is a lot. That's 5,000 in 2 turns, 7,500 in 3. Like, he just becomes a massive body regardless. So it is really good. Now, the reason why this is combo number 3 and not combo number 4, you'll see why combo number 4 is what it is. Now, this requires 3 cards, Mathmech Circular, Defensor, and Parallel Exceed, so 3 specific cards. And now why this is so good is that Transcode is co-linked with Terahertz, so these 2 are untargetable by card effects, and then these 2 are co-linked, so that way Singularity's effect is live and triggerable. So now we have 6 interruptions, right? But it's not guaranteed, but so what I mean by guaranteed is that Singularity can be hit with impermanence, and so that's why we'll move on to combo number 4, where I can protect all 3 of them. And then, of course, like I said in the last combo, having Protect Code in the graveyard is just great. Now, it also has a secondary effect, well, more of its primary effect, because it's the first thing being written, but your opponent cannot target link 4 or higher monsters you control with card effects. So once this goes onto the board, these 2 are untargetable by card effects, but of course if they negate this, or where's it gone? Of course, if they negate this, then it loses that protection for the other cards. But remember, we have Firewall Defensor in the graveyard already, so they're protected by card destruction anyway. So in the case that they use Raigeki, they will get rid of Transcode because this is not protected by card effects, destruction, and then we just resummon Protect Code. Now, Signet Conflict is back in live. These two are untargetable by card effects. We saved the Save Worm for when we really need it, and our opponent is one card down from, you know, disruption. So we're in a really, really good spot here. And don't forget, I've drawn into, so I've done a lot of playthroughs with this, but I've drawn into so many hand traps alongside this combo. So yeah, trust me, this is an insane combo. But yeah, let's move on to number 4 because I have been cooking all day for that one to work. So I'm really looking forward to showing you guys. So yeah, let's jump straight into that now. Yo, so this is combo number 4, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it took me forever to get these cards in my hand. So the one you don't really want to see in your hand is Dotscaper, and this is I think it's a 6 interruption board. It's a 5 or 6 interruption with ultra protection. This is why it's like the best end board, but because of how specific the cards in your hand need to be, I wouldn't say it's the most like average optimal. But if we're talking about the best end board, this is definitely it. It took me forever to cook it, and tell you what, we'll just jump straight into it now. So you definitely need Circular, Defensor, Exceed, and either Addition or Subtraction, because I can't think of any other cards in my deck that just, you know, special summon themselves. But you can always switch this out and figure out another card if you can. But let's start cooking. So with Mathmech Circular, we're going to go straight into the 1-card combo, and I can explain how the combo will be a little bit different because Dotscaper is unfortunately in hand. Usually I would just mill it off Code Generator, which I'll do in a minute, but I can show you what I'm going to do instead. So we're going to go for Alan Bershin, grab Diameter from deck to hand, normal summon Defensor. Now it's really important that we keep Alan Bershin on the board, and I can show you why in a minute. So Diameter, right, now we're going to normal summon Defensor, go into Link Decoder, so that way we can special summon Phantom from the deck, go into the Signet Codec plays. That card is insane, by the way, just absolutely insane. So yeah, now we got this, now we summon Addition. Doesn't matter which monster we apply the attack to. We're going to go into Splash Mage using Addition and Phantom. And now usually we would discard Diameter to complete our Laplation play, but because I've got Dotscaper in hand, I have to get rid of Dotscaper now because it's an extension, so, and I really do require it. So it's going to bring itself back, which is very good. Okay, now I'm going to bring back, let's see, what's a different attribute file? Let's bring back this, and now we're going to go into, have I put Sonic? Okay, I almost made a huge mistake there. Right, okay. Don't do what I did, well, don't do what I almost did and make a huge mistake. So we're going to go into Codetalker using Splash Mage and Link Decoder. So Link Decoder will resummon itself, and then we can use Splash Mage to resummon it. So we're going to, again, we are going to chain block this, so that way we can guarantee the draw of Code Generator. Let's put Link Decoder here. I haven't really got a choice, actually. Yeah, let's bring this. Okay, now we're going to bring back Splash Mage as always planned, but look how full the board is. Like, it just requires so much to do this. This is why I don't think I'll ever be doing this, and I can't lie, I can't see any opponent ever sitting through this. Like, I don't know why they would want to put themselves through this torture. So let's use these two, so that way we can get Protect Code to hand, and then yeah, we're going to chain block. I'm not even sure what I'm going to send from Code Generator. We'll I guess we'll find out together. So send this, why not, just for destruction protection, or even though we already got one in there. And then we'll add Microcoder to hand. Now we're going to go into Firewall Dragon Singularity using Codetalker, Protect, Link, and so because this is Earth, I'm going to use Dotscaper. Okay, great animation as well. But now we are finally going to use Parallel Exceed, and the reason we're going to do that is because we need to have something to tribute from Alan Bershin's effect. And this is why I didn't think it was too big of a deal, that we had Diameter in hand and Dotscaper. So I'm going to tribute this. It's going to summon Diameter. So now we've got the 3 pieces we need on board. And then Firewall Dragon Singularity, bring back Codetalker. And then this is where the real spice happens. I'm going to go, so because this is a light, this is why it works so well. So Earth, Light, and Dark, because they're different attributes, I can go into Heat Soul. Yep, make sure I do Microcoder. and then Alan Bershin. So that way we have Heat Soul, and Heat Soul being a link 3, and us having the natural material. Okay, again, chain block using Sonic Codec, because we don't care about the pull of the fire monster. It'll be subtraction in this case. But yeah, look, we have the natural materials to go into terahertz. So look how insane this board is. Like, and this is a 6 interruption, I've just realized now, not 5. So pleased. We'll do the draw at the very end, but just look at this. Like, we're actually about to me, this is just phenomenal. It took me forever to cook it up as well. Now, why this is so good is because, yep, let's just send desave them and then I'll explain. Now, why this is so good is because, look, this being co-linked with both Firewall, Dragon, Singularity, and Terahertz, I'll just call this Singularity going forward. So, because it's co-linked with both of them, nothing is targetable by card effects. So they're pretty much protected by most things. Imperm, Effect Veiler, well, what else is there? They can't really use Book of Moon, but any targeting effects cannot work on them. Like, it's just insane. Even stuff like Runic, like, they have to target the card that they're trying to affect. So, yeah, look at this protection. And even if they kaiju it, like I said before in the last combo, we have Protect Code. It will just bring itself back. And I'll tell you what, I'll try and play through and see if I can, yeah, bring this back, because I just want to show you how insane it is. Like, it just... So now, look, let's count up the interactions, yeah, the interruptions. So we've got 1 from Firewall Dragon. So it's either a double bounce or a single, because we've got we've got Alan Bershin in there, so an Xyz monster, and the fusion. But if we have to use the fusion, it's just a single bounce. So do keep that in mind, and don't plan it so that way this is more effective. Sometimes you just have to use the save one. Like, it just is what it is. Now, let's say they use Lightning Storm. You can protect both Firewall Dragon Singularity and Terahertz using Firewall Defensor. It will just banish itself instead. Now, I'm not sure if it just protects one of them, but the idea is that at least you're protecting one of them, and then you can just use, because this unfortunately will go to the graveyard, and then you just bring back, what's his name? Protect Codetalker, and then yeah, your Cynet conflict is back in live again. Like, this is such an insane board. So 2 interruptions from Terahertz, 2 interruptions from Super Factorial, 1 from Singularity, and then 1 from Cynet conflict. That's 6 interruptions, and that doesn't even mention that we can actually get hand traps involved here. So now you don't have to end with Transcode Talker. I just like it because it protects everything on the board. Now, Protect Code will also do the same, but it doesn't mean itself will be untargetable. It just means that the Firewall stuff will be. So it's still pretty good in my eyes, but that's up to you to decide whether you agree. But look, if you look at the rest of the issue, like, we've still got a Lingaribo to go, you know, G Golem going, and if you don't even have to play the access code line. This is just like a backup OTK option, like just something easy to kind of push through the board. But having something like this, that is insane, guys. Like, so what, let's did I use the, oh wait, Heat Soul's not in the field anymore. Yeah, okay, cool. And this is a quick effect. So if they kaiju you on their turn, then you can just bring back Protect Code, and it's just amazing. So let's see, this is a bot, so it's not really going to do anything impactful. Usually they put the field spell, and then we can show you what it does. Okay. Cool. I don't really know what that does. Tell you what, for the sake of like just showing the whole interaction of this, let's just use up some of the negates. Yep, okay. Why is that 7,900? That is a weird number. Okay. So it's negated, end fate, okay, whatever. And then we just bounce it back. So simple as that. And then it gains 500 attack and then keeps it. Oh, it's just so insane. Like, I don't even know like to begin with all this stuff really. So let's go. Tell you what should I do here? I'm trying to figure out a way I can show you that the Cynet conflict is live. So if I just decrease the attack of this, right, we're gonna go into Lingaribo. Because in my last combo, we had to get rid of transcode, and ideally I don't really want to do that, but so we'll make access code. Fuck it. Why not? I think this can resummon it anyway. It's gonna resummon it. Like, what? What is going on? Like, I cannot believe they didn't even nerf like Mathmech at all, and they just let this happen. Like, what? How does any of that make sense? Like, oh well, look, we'll bring back Heat Soul, get an extra. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to show you. Oh, it doesn't matter. Look, the whole point is, look, just look at this. What on earth is going on? Like, why did they allow this to like be a thing? Like, realistically, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Anyway, so let's see. I think I accidentally stopped access code from powering up, and I don't think you can banish anything. Oh, there's nothing to destroy. What am I talking about? That was so dumb of me. Okay, but yeah, let's go battle phase, and then yeah, let's send this. Yeah, cool. Let's send multiplication, boost up singularity. I have to say, I think it was Jacob Lionel X89, something like that. I can't remember the exact username, but yeah, I gotta admit, this card is a little spicy. It has a little bit of fire to it. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I can just think of so many scenarios where this card is going to come in handy if you can get this end board. Like, this end board is near impossible, but look, enjoy while it is. Look, 10,500. This would be 5,300, and then having, oh no, fuck, oh well, oops, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, whatever. And then oh my god, like, this is ridiculous. Like, and I just wanted to show you, so you can use Linger Revo, so you can keep your transcode for another play. And then just bring it back here. Now everything is just that's just what is going on. Like, yeah. All right, cool. Oh yeah, one thing you do need to be wary of. So probably shouldn't have attacked that. That was pretty dumb. Now with the link zones, you need with your monster zones, you need to make sure you have 3 available for Laplation, because you need to summon all 3 Mathmech monsters and then go into Laplation. Then you can start thinking about summoning Protect Code to fill up some of the zones, but don't actually just do it and now you're left with 2 zones open, because now you've ruined a whole play line that we just tried to secure. But yeah, look, that's pretty much it. I don't really need to show anything else. That is the 4th combo. I know there are many others and there are so many other ways to get into them, but these are the 4 best ones in my opinion. If you disagree or have an alternative combo you want to tell me, put it in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to try it out and test it out, and then even record it and show it. But yeah, big shouts to Kirk as well. Big support of the channel. I've been so pleased to interact with you in the comments. So yeah, I hope everyone gets Master 1 this season, and have a great day, guys. Yo, so I know it sounded like I ended the video after the 4th combo, but I wanted to just give a short conclusion and just share a few notes about the Firewall support in general. So yeah, some of it's expensive, but some of the new cards have been super helpful, and that's why I think the combos are actually pretty solid, pretty legit. But overall, because Circular is at 3, I don't really feel the need to implement all of this support. Now that's why I was kind of counting on it to be hit at 1, because with all the support I was a little surprised that they would give us so much firepower. But you have to bear in mind, with all this firepower, all this gas, there comes the risk of bricking as well, because a lot of them are cards that you need to search. Like, if you open up with Guardian, Phantom, Diameter's okay, but if you have other normal summon monsters in hand as well, you're just in a really tough position. So at the minute, I'm not playing all the Firewall support. What I am playing is my standard, weirdo deck list. But look, I'm not asking you to copy me, but I'm just saying that this is stuff that I'm implementing. One thing I want to make space for is probably Protect Code. Actually, yeah, that's going to be a must. I'm not going to lie. Because I don't play Almirage in the Firewall defense, because most of the stuff is Cyber, so the likelihood that you'll get into this is less, but for me it's a must, because I've got so many non-Cyburst monsters and I need something to get into my plays. But yeah, but that's just me. Look, you don't have to follow my footsteps, like, you choose your own path, but that's working for me so far. And soon I'm going to bring out some Mathmech gameplay in ranks, because you see I'm Master form, it's a Diamond 4 there, but yeah, we're almost going to the top, and then I'll show you my experience from there. But look, guys, thank you so much for watching. I actually noticed that I've got 58 subscribers. That's insane. Like, guys, thank you so much for the support. Like, it's really, yeah, I don't know what else to say than, like, thank you. Like, it's just, it feels so good to, make something that I'm passionate about and then have other people in the comments be passionate about it as well. Even the ones that want to put negative things, it's just nice to see that, it at least creates an opinion from people. So I'm happy for that, and yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, just shoot them in the comments below, and if I've missed out any combos, please just tell me. I'm more than happy to play test them and then post them if I feel like they are really valuable to the Mathmech line. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to end the video here, but thank you so much again, guys. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you. Have a good day.